Everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Mattel DC Universe Classics New 52 Superman and the Mattel DC Unlimited Superman. The initial figure on the left came out in the second half of 2012 as part of one of the last series of the DC Universe lineup. And the one on the right was one of the initial figures in the DC Unlimited lineup, which replaced DC Universe Classics. The figures themselves are exactly the same, the only difference here being the paint. But unlike with what we saw with the Batman figures in the series, the differences aren't too far different between these guys. Of course, now being a fangirl and everything, I had to get both of them. And, I guess that's for the best, since I can give you a little comparison of the two versions and let you decide for yourself which one you'd prefer to collect if you are opting to purchase this figure. The sculpt work here is pretty nice. I don't quite like this figure as much as I did the Batman, but for what it is, I think they did a pretty nice job with it. It looks very comic booky in appearance. And there's a close-up there of the head for you. A little bit comic booky in appearance. This is the initial DC Universe Classics figure. The blue on him is a little bit more bright, I would say. It's a little bit of a lighter kind of bluish tone. Other than that, he's pretty much the same. I think the red also may be a little bit more subdued than it is with the newer figure. There's this cape. The S I find to be a little bit small. Probably could have been bigger. But, just looking at the figure itself, the sculpt really isn't too bad. You get all the panel lining there that's characteristic of the New 52 designs. His belt features a little Superman shape there, which I think is a little bit repetitive, but, that's just the design for you. All Mattel did is basically interpret it into action figure form for you. He's pretty buff. He's definitely got a pretty thick-looking chest and all, but, he follows the comic book pattern. There's the boots there. All in all, it's not bad. I don't think it's that great. But, for a 6-inch Mattel figure, I really don't think it's that bad. And this here is the second version, the DC Unlimited figure. As you can see, his outfit is more metallic looking. It has almost what kind of looks like sparkles in it. And the reds in here are a little bit deeper than with the initial figure. You still have the really small S on the back. Other than that, he's the same. I think that he's a little bit more visually striking. Even in the face, I think that the paint, looks a little bit more lifelike with this figure than the initial one. And I'll just bring the other one in so you can have a closer look at them together. So yeah, pretty similar, yet, different in terms of the coloring. It's not a huge difference, but, it's certainly there. In the way of articulation, Superman has a ball hinge here at the head. He doesn't really look up, but he looks side to side quite well. He's got a ball hinge at the shoulders, cut at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, ab crunch at the abdomen, swivel at the waist, hinges at the hips, cuts at the thighs, bends at the knees, and bends at the ankles. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Mattel DC Universe Classics New 52 Superman and the Mattel DC Unlimited New 52 Superman. All in all, it's a pretty nice figure. It's not anything fantastic or, mind-boggling. They're decent. They're not great, but they're not horrible. They're just all right. Between the two figures, the sculpts are decent. Paintwork on them it's applied nicely on both figures, though of course you have the more shiny look of the DC Unlimited figure, and slightly deeper reds used as well on the Unlimited release. Between the two, and unlike with the Batman figures, I think I prefer the second version of Superman in this case. I don't know, something about his suit just kind of is a little more striking and visually appealing, in addition to the more natural looking facial paint on the figure. But that being said, I don't think they're all that different. If you already have the first release, I don't think you necessarily need the second one, and vice versa. But all things considered, I do prefer the second release over the 1st. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.